Hey peeps, long time no see. We've been battling colds around here and back to school and all that stuff, but don't worry, I'm back and I've got lots of awesome content coming your way, so stay tuned. Because we've all had colds and I needed some quick, easy meals to throw together, I busted out my crock pot and I'm going to show you what I've made for dinner the past couple nights that have all been big hits in this house, so let's get cooking. So first I'm going to make these ranch pork chops. Pork loin, pork chops, whatever you got. So to my slow cooker add some chopped red potatoes as well as some chicken broth, and as always I'll have the recipes linked down below. To that I'm going to sprinkle in half a pack of ranch seasoning mix. And then, as I said, you can use pork loin or pork chops. I had a pork loin, I covered it in butter, totally optional, but highly recommend. You could also pour melted butter over your pork chops as well, and then sprinkle the rest of the ranch mix over top. Put your lid on your slow cooker and you can cook it on low for 6 to 8 hours or high for 4 to 5 hours. After my pork was done, I let it rest and I made a gravy with the rest of the pan drippings, which means I poured the stuff from the crock pot into a pot, added cornstarch, there you go, thickened it up. This was so good. Everyone in my family loved it. My pork literally fell apart because it was so tender, and I just served it with some green peas and then drizzled some gravy over top, and I left some extra gravy for everyone to add more because who doesn't want more gravy? My kids loved this, and the best part was it made tons of leftovers, so less cooking for me. All in all, big win. Next, this was a recipe I totally made up. I put some chicken thighs into my crock pot and I had this sesame ginger dressing marinade in my fridge, so I threw that in as well. And that was it. That was the recipe. You're welcome. And then I cooked it on low for 8 hours. That was it. Okay, so I totally lied. That was not it. I made some rice to go with it, as well as steamed some broccoli to add to it as well. I shredded the chicken and removed all the bones and just let this sit on warm, but then I decided we probably needed to add some veggies to this. So I chopped up some mushrooms and threw those in just on the warm setting, and they cooked for about half an hour. Just on the warm setting, they were great. And I also chopped up some green onions to go on top. So the final plate looked like this, and you can sprinkle on some green onions, some sesame seeds, but you can really customize this whatever you want. This was just one of those I can't even dinners, like throw together, people need to be fed. But this was actually really fantastic, and again, lots of leftovers. So last but not least, I wanted to make a vegetarian chili, and I kind of made this up off of a recipe, so I'll leave my adaptations linked down below. But this just felt like fall. It was a sweet potato chili base, I guess you would call it, but it turned out so good and it made my house smell like fall. So to my crock pot, I am adding 2 diced sweet potatoes as well as 1 diced onion, a can of drained and rinsed black beans, and a can of drained and rinsed kidney beans. Next time I think I would also add in some green pepper and mushroom and maybe even some corn just to help with the soupiness. You'll see what I mean in a minute. But I'm going to add in 1 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. You can use whatever kind you want. Mine have Italian seasoning, doesn't have to be that one. And then 2 teaspoons of garlic. And then here's my little seasoning blend. I have chili powder, paprika, cumin, oregano, salt, and a dash of cayenne pepper. I'm just going to sprinkle that over top of my veggies. And this recipe called for 2 cups of chicken broth. I didn't have any, so I'm just using a chicken bouillon cube as well as 2 cups of water. Now, this was a little bit soupy in the end. I don't know if you added more veggies if it wouldn't be as soupy and more thick. I prefer a thicker chili. You could also add quinoa to thicken it up, but if you don't like super soupy chili, I would just half the water. And then I just cooked this on low for 5 hours and it made my house smell amazing. Definitely fall comfort food, and I loved it for Meatless Monday. My daughter loved it. My son, you know how he is about meals right now, so he doesn't count. But as I said, it was very soupy. I prefer a thicker chili, so does my husband. So next time I will half the water and add more veggies to this. But I loved the sweet potato. I loved all the beans. This was fantastic. The spice blend was perfect. If you like it a bit spicier, add more cayenne or more chili powder, whatever you want. I just served mine with some Greek yogurt in place of sour cream. You can use sour cream, cheese, chives, whatever you like on top of your chili, but this was fantastic. And again, so many leftovers, and I just froze some so I can have more whenever I feel like it. But these were our meals for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you all on Friday.